Hello everyone and welcome back to Café Stella, Kanna's route, where things are going well between Kousei and Kanna. Also, guess who's back?
I'm feeling better. No, I'm actually mostly better.
That cough was only half joking. But it's also half serious. We'll do what we can. Things have been going well between me and Kanna. But like we'd agreed, our job takes priority while at work. Always in sync, those two.
Oh, thank you. It just, it feels good to be welcomed back.
It's been a while.
グアテマラコーヒーとザッハトルテ、ダージリンとパンケーキですね。少々お待ちください。
That sounds good.
4番テーブル、グアテマラとダージリン。ケーキはザッハトルテをお願いします。わかった。オーダー入ります。4番テーブル、パンケーキを一皿。
All right. Oh, the carbonara for table 2 is ready, by the way.
運びます。
Kanna's lips quiver a little as she answers. Suddenly, I remember the sensation and exhilaration of that kiss we shared.
As seen in the last episode.
Correct. But before I can get too carried away, I refocus back towards cooking. I wouldn't want our new relationship to be the reason I screwed up at work. No, I'll come up with a much more compelling reason to screw up at work. Rather, I should be focusing on making my food as delicious as possible so that I might share this happiness with others. These days go by really fast. But in the end, that was only while at work. Once our customers had left, we closed up the shop and finished cleaning. My happiness wasn't something to be shared anymore. It was mine and mine alone.
今日も一日お疲れ様でした。
Where are our eyes?
You too.
Kanna gently strokes my head as I lay on her lap. That alone feels like it's enough to soothe my fatigue. Her thighs really are insanely comfortable.
顔がいやらしくなってますね。もしかして挟まれたいとかマニアックなことを考えてます？
Not exactly.
What? I can't hear you. What's degenerate about that? Every healthy young man has those kind of thoughts.
And sometimes the sick ones too.
絶対偏ってますよ、その性癖。
Well, I'm sorry that your thighs are just that enticing. Take that as a compliment.
あまり嬉しくないです。
Oh. Well then. You don't have to do that, but could you keep on stroking my head?
頭をですか？子供みたい。甘えん坊さんですね。
I'm not little, I'm a big boy. Although she grins somewhat mischievously, she continues tenderly caressing my head.
よーしよしよしよしよしよし。
Thanks for that.
Kanna, if I may.
なんでしょう？
I know I'm the one who asked you to stroke my head, but do you have to do it like that?
Yeah, it's the fine print.
愛が伝わるかと思ったんですが、残念です。じゃあ、今度はくすぐっちゃいましょう。ほらほら。
Oh, hey, stop that. I'm ticklish.
それはいいことを聞きました。
Oh no.
Okay, fine. See how you like it.
Okay, Grim Reapers can be ticklish. Noted. Although it feels a little embarrassing doing this, I can't deny that it brings me a sense of joy. This too brings me a sense of joy. Still haven't quite gotten down breathing through the nose yet, though. Our lips part. Man, kissing really is amazing. This is already our third time doing it today, but my excitement isn't waning at all.
それじゃあ今日はこの辺で。
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
はい。また明日。
どうかしたのか？
いえ、大したことではないんですが、知ってますか、ミカドさん。
Not particularly.
なんだ？
Aw.
キス
I did
って
expect
す
him to
ご
be
いん
like,
です。
no.
は？
だからキスですよ。なんかこうグワーって熱くなるみたいで、もう初めてじゃないのにすごい。
Is this something you should be sharing with your familiar?
何か
At
と思え
least,
ば。ま
at
あ、
least
幸せ
he's
そうな
not
のは何よりだが。
chipping in
True.
and being like, oh man, wait till he grabs you by the scruff of the neck.
Oh no. Oh.
それで、どうなのだ？
こう唇と唇を触れ合わせただけで全身がしびれるみたいで、うまく呼吸すらできなくなっちゃって、もう頭の中は真っ白で。
誰がキスの感想を求めた？
いえ、舌は入れてませんよ。そういうのは前期と変わりませんから、そんなセックスみたいなことはさすがに。
どこまで進展したのかも聞いておらん。この式場淫乱死神娘が。
その呼び方本当に嫌なんですけど。
Well, it fits.
我が輩は高峰後世の様子を確認したかっただけだ。だが改めて聞く必要もなさそうだな。
And more.
カンナがこれだけ浮かれているのであれば、高峰後世の様子など火を見るよりも明らかだ。
お恥ずかしい限りです。
そこまで嬉しいのであればいっそ最後までしてしまえばよかったのではないのか？
それは好きな人とそういうことをするのは幸せなことかもしれません。少なくとも私にとっては。
高峰後世には違うと？
心配です。初めての相手はすぐにいなくなるんですから。そうだ、新たな従業員を見つけてください。年が明けて休みが終わればお昼の人手が足りなくなりますから。
Wait, do we actually have a deadline?
そうか。
Huh.
残された時間はそれほど少ないか。
So do they actually have a sense of when they're going to be reincarnated? Is there...
It would make sense.
Yeah. Either that or they have just... I just imagine her having a wristwatch that looks like an hourglass. She's just like, yep, there goes another grain of sand.
笑顔にしてあげたい、そう思ってます。でも
That would be like a really hard thing to keep track of. I mean, in a general sense, it would work, but in a specific one, unless you're like Rain Man, you're not going to really know exactly how long you got left.
Right, now what exactly does the grain of sand indicate? Is it a second? Is it a minute? Is it a day?
Well, also, you wouldn't know how much is left, right?
Ooh, yeah. What if you just crack open the hourglass and count the sand, but then does it have to reset, or how did...
You crack it open and you're like, all right, how much sand is there? Wait, I forgot how much was in the top and the bottom, and oh well.
You just spend the rest of your time in a circle counting the sand grains like a vampire.
だから普通のキスが精一杯です。本当ならキスもしない方が良かったのかもしれませんが、でも好きなのも私の本当の気持ちですから、どうしても 抑えきれませんでした。
そういうこともあるだろうさ。それに問題ないと思ったからこそ、お前はキスを許したのではないのか？
そうですね。無自覚でしたけど、言われてみると確かにそう思います。今の昴生さんなら大丈夫です。
自信を持ってそこまで言えるのなら、それでいいのではないか？何もさせないというのも、それはそれで未練が残るかもしれんしな。
ありがとうございます。
YOLO until you reincarnate.
カフェステラと死神の蝶。
Yeah, I think that breaks the whole thing.
Kinda does. After today, Tuesday, December 29th, Café Stella will be closed for the rest of the year. Then business is scheduled to resume on Monday, January 4th. In other words, we just need to make it through today and we'll be able to enjoy a much-needed break. This week, there was a noticeable decrease in the amount of customers. Not because the cafe's reputation had fallen, but because it's the end of the year. The people in the area are most likely busy with their own holiday schedules. With winter break underway, many university students are also spending the new year with their families. On the other hand, there are also a number of customers who have arrived in town for that exact same reason. As a result, there have been a lot more people than usual ordering cakes for takeout. But even though there's been relatively less work to do, that doesn't mean there's nothing to be done. As usual, I busy myself with my frying pan. Oh, frying pan, you're the only one that truly understands me. Finally.
これで今年の作業は終わりだな。来年から
Yeah, you're
も
right.
よろしく頼むぞ。では、お疲れ様だ。
Like, once you get into any of the stories, except I guess Suzune, because of, you know, specifically what it involves. Basically, all of the days are just like, oh man, we're doing this today. Well, that was today.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the pacing ends up being kind of the same. There definitely are nuanced differences in each timeline, but yeah. Also, this entire time, when Mikado and Kanna were having the conversation, I was thinking, wait, does that mean that at some point later on in each of the timelines, Kanna just disappears?
Logically, yes.
Oh.
It'd be like, oh, wait. Yeah, imagine like everybody, because you would have to come up with an excuse, right? For like why she goes somewhere and just never is heard from again.
She went out to buy cigarettes. She just never came back.
She's living on a farm in Hokkaido.
Well, can't we go visit her? No. It's a
No.
closed farm.
Is that the farm where my goldfish went? Yes. Mr. Fishy, yay!
I'm glad that Kanna and Mr. Fishy will live together happily. Alright, well, that joke has also gone to that farm, and we shall never revisit it again.
みな、
We'll
こたつ
revisit
で
it
風
in
邪な
two
どひかぬようにな。
episodes.
You're probably right.
良いお年を。
Ah, my ears.
Happy New Year.
のぞみちゃんは年末年始ってどうしてるの？
Are we part of everybody, or are we just like the two Muppets that stand on the side of everything and commentate?
We are, oh, what are their names?
You see, that's
Yeah,
exactly...
we're them.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it either, so that's...
実家の手伝いかな。神社だから1年で一番忙しい日なんだよね。
In a show, I actually was one of them,
Oh, that's hilarious.
which is maybe the most perfect role anyone's ever given me if I was old.
そうだったね。私も初詣に行くよ。のぞみちゃんの巫女服かわいいもんね。そう言われると恥ずかしいな。すずねさんはどうするんですか？実家でね、正月かな。
Chatting animatedly, the girls head off towards the break room. I don't follow them, of course. Normally, I'd just wait here for them to finish, but not tonight.
昴生さん、
Aren't you gonna get changed?
私は部屋でも着替えられますから。それよりこれからのことで確認をしておきたくて。
Sure, I wanted to ask about what you were doing too. How do Grim Reapers usually spend their New Year's? Do you have to drop by heaven and say hello to God or something?
Hi, God, I'm here for the annual check-in.
いえ、そういったことはありませんよ。だから昴生さんと一緒に過ごしたいです。そこでなんですが、明日はまたデートをしませんか？実は行きたいところがあるんです。
Fine by me. In fact, I'd love to. Where are we going?
それは今はまだ内緒です。
Are you just saying that because you don't actually know?
I was about to say, is it secret because it's a secret or secret because you don't even know it yet?
50-50 shot.
It's a surprise, huh?
まあそんなところです。待ち合わせは明日の12時、このお店で。お昼ご飯は食べずに来てください。
Alright, noon it is.
約束ですよ。
I can't wait to see what you have in store for tomorrow.
はい、明日はよろしくお願いします。
For an instant, her expression seemed to darken, and I don't think it was just my imagination. Even after returning to my apartment, I can't stop thinking about the look on her face. I have this vague feeling that I've seen someone make that same look once before. But where? And when?
カフェステラと死神の蝶。
The dream I have that night is slightly different. I'm in a familiar hospital room. On the bed lay my mother's figure.
Mom,
何、昴生。
does Dad hate us?
Ooh.
急にどうしたの？
I mean, he hardly ever comes to visit you, and when he does come back, he just flies right off again overseas for work.
そっか。不安になっちゃったか。和文さんは嫌いになってなんてない。今でもちゃんと私たちのことを思ってくれてる。
Why do you think he does?
思ってるわけじゃなくて、知ってるの。和文さんの気持ちなんて、送ってきてくれる絵を見ればわかるんだから。
You can tell from his paintings? How? All I see are a bunch of landscapes.
言葉で説明するのは難しいかな。出会ってもう20年近いしね。あえて言うなら夫婦だから。私はね、和文さんの絵が好きなの。だから見ればわかるのよ。
Really?
そういうもんよ。
Still, he could at least paint a picture of you every once in a while, Mom.
和文さんは風景しか描かないわよ。
Why?
だって人を描くのが下手なんだもの。あの人は風景だけ描いていればそれでいいの。っていうか描いてなきゃダメ。だから私がわがまま言って描いてもらってるのよ。
Huh?
その代わりにたくさん描いて送ってきてくれるでしょ。それこそがあの人の愛情なのよ。だからね、嫌ってるなんてことはない。私のことも昴生のことも。
Then I'll paint too. I'm gonna paint a picture of you, Mom.
ありがとう昴生。でもね、私は自分の絵を描かれるのあんまり好きじゃないかな。それよりも 後世には自由に生きてほしい。好きなことを見つけて、それを精一杯楽しんでほしい。
I'm not allowed to paint.
ダメってことはないけどね。描きたいなら描いてもらっちゃおうかな。
Okay.
This is a scene from my childhood. I remember it vaguely. Mainly because my mother died soon after this, before she could be discharged. Unfortunately, my father had been overseas at the time. Naturally, he had flown straight back to Japan for the funeral, but it had still taken him 2 or 3 days to return. In retrospect, I realize it was probably the fastest he could have made it back home on such short notice. But as a child, those 2-3 days had seemed like an eternity.
Maybe that was what caused it all.
Maybe that was the reason I started resenting my father. I asked myself if he even truly loved Mom. What was she to him? And moreover, what was I to him? I wouldn't go as far as to say those questions have haunted me ever since, but every now and again, I wonder. Had he even wanted me to be born? Of course, I'm too old to be worrying about that. I'm not about to go on some journey of self-discovery or anything. But for the longest time, it's been nagging at me like a tiny bone lodged in the back of my throat.
Well, anyway, maybe the reason I had that dream was because of the way Kanna was acting last night.
That look on her face and the tone of her voice reminded me of my mother. I get out of bed and look out the window. The sky is bright and clear, perfect weather for a date. And yet, it feels like a dark cloud is hanging over my heart.
I'm not gonna let that stop me from enjoying our date, though.
I arrive about 15 minutes before noon.
Maybe I'm a little early. Oh well.
Usually this is around the time customers would be lining up at the cafe for lunch. It's kind of neat seeing it from the outside at this time of day for once.
I almost read it.
Inhale.
Inhale,
Exhale.
exhale.
Also, why is the signboard outside if we're closed? That's weird. Somebody didn't do their job. I take a few deep breaths. Time for a mental reset. I'd promised, after all.
Alright.
Firing myself up, I head into the cafe. And grab the sandwich board with me.
昴生さん、来てくれたんですね。しかも約束の時間よりも早い。
Sorry. I'm just so excited about this date with my girlfriend.
私も楽しみですよ。大好きな人とのデート。
The two of us smile sappily at each other.
So, what's the plan for today? I still don't have any idea what we're doing.
まずはこちらへどうぞ。
Alright.
I take a seat as instructed.
ちょっと待っていてください。すぐにランチを用意してきますから。
You're gonna make lunch for me?
はい。私のオムライス、好きって言ってくれましたよね。だから食べてほしいんですけど、いいですか？
Of course. That sounds wonderful.
ありがとうございます。飲み物はどうしますか？
Coffee, please.
Your special blend.
How about a cup of Colombian coffee afterwards?
はい、承りました。 それでは少々お待ちください。
Oh, that was great. Thanks for cooking me that, Kanna. Your omurice is the best.
食後のコロンビアコーヒーです。
Thanks. By the way, are you gonna eat anything?
私はコウセイさんが来る前に食べてたので。
Oh, that's a shame. I was thinking of cooking something for you in return.
いつもまかないを作ってもらってるじゃないですか。
Oh, yeah, but that's my job.
コウセイさんのお腹が落ち着いたら移動しましょう。
Where are we going after this?
もう一度遊園地に行きたいんです。
All right, roller coasters after eating. Great plan.
What? The amusement park? I don't mind, I guess.
この前は人が多くて乗れなかったアトラクションもあったので。
Oh, right.
After we'd gotten off the Ferris wheel, neither of us really had been in the mood to continue walking around.
クリスマスのシーズンも過ぎて大晦日というわけでもない。ですから今日はそんなに混んでないと思うんですよ。
I'm not too sure about that.
That's what I was thinking too.
Sure, it makes sense there'd be less people out between Christmas and New Year's. But if everyone else has the same idea, it might end up surprisingly packed.
そっか、なるほど。
But there's no harm in going and checking out. You wanted to go there, and besides, there's no way of telling if it'll be crowded or not unless we actually go. Honestly, either way, I don't care if we have to line up as long as I get to line up with you.
はい、私もです。
Whew, it sure is chilly.
冬ですからね。
Speaking of which, how do you feel about winter, Kanna?
あんまり得意じゃないですね。指先がかじかむのが。
Yeah, I hate that too. I'm pretty sensitive to the cold.
Relatable.
あれ、でも手袋は？
I did. They're in my pocket.
持ってるのになんでポケットの中にしまってるんですか？
I want to hold hands.
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be able to feel the warmth of your hand, now would I?
Taking advantage of the moment, I reach out my hand. Kanna looks mystified as I grasp her hand and hold it tight.
Firmly grasp it.
Of course, I interlock my fingers with hers while I'm at it. We are a couple.
See, this way we can both keep each other warm.
コウセイさんってば意外と大胆ですね。
What, you don't want to hold hands?
わかってるくせに聞かないでください。
Then firmly grasp it. She squeezes my hand back tightly. There we go, she got the picture.
こんなの嬉しいに決まってるじゃないですか。
Same here. Just holding hands like this is enough to lift my spirits.
でもこうしてると逆の手が寒くなりますね。
That's why I have 2 gloves. How about this?
Actually, that would work. I take out the gloves Kanna had given me as a present.
Here, give me your hand.
あ、はい。
I slip one of the gloves onto her hand.
It might be a little big.
I just imagine it flopping around.
でも暖かいですよ。ありがとうございます。
You're the one who gave them to me in the first place.
ちゃんと使ってくれて嬉しいです。あ、反対側の手袋貸してください。私がはめてあげますから。
Thanks.
As we hold hands, I can't help but notice the soft sensation digging into my elbow.
I'm touching her boobs.
Hot damn! They're soft and supple and warm, but they also have a certain springiness to them. Basically, hot damn.
昴生さん、どうかしたんですか？
Hot damn. I mean, what? No.
Why would there be?
いえ、さっきから真面目な顔で黙りこくっているので。
Oh, you know, I was just thinking about world peace.
ほう、世界平和。大切なことですね。
Yes, peace all around the globe.
ところで、ポケットに手を入れて何をゴソゴソやってるんですか？
My phone.
I was thinking about how much people are defined by their position in life. Sometimes I feel we need to stop and take a moment to align ourselves.
チンポジですか？
Yes. You don't need to say it out loud.
昴生さんのエッチ。いくら手をつないでるからってこんな人混みで何を想像してるのやら。
I can't help it. Your boobs have been pushed up against my elbow this whole time.
勃起ですね。
Can you not say it out loud? It's a perfectly natural reaction. All guys experience it.
当たってるだけなのにそんな簡単に反応するものなんですか？
You remember when I said that holding your hand lifts my spirits? Well, of course. I'm holding hands with my girlfriend, with her breast pressed against me too. It'd be kinda hard not to get a boner.
なるほど。思ったよりも敏感なんですね。
I mean, it's not like I jizzed in my pants.
Well, not only sensitive, but delicate too.
I ate a grape.
敏感で繊細。
Let me guess. You're asking yourself whether or not I'm a premature ejaculator, aren't you?
よもや心を読む奇跡を。
I mean, it was pretty obvious giving that brooding face you made.
まるで私が頻繁に卑猥なことを考えてるみたいな言い方しないでもらえませんか？
Maybe like 24/5.
I mean, it pretty much is. Whenever you're having horny thoughts, it always shows on your face.
え、マジですか？
Seriously?
ちなみにそういう時私ってどんな顔してるんですか？
Oh, please give us a CG of this. I want to see it.
Adorable.
Boo.
やっぱりからかって。
I would have loved a little, like, chibi face.
Yes.
And it going through the different stuff. That would have been amazing.
Oh, that would have been incredible. These conversations may seem brain dead, but they make me happy nonetheless. It's impossible to stop my lips from curling into a smile. Even as we waited for the train, even as we rode it, even as we simply walked. As long as we're together, we can enjoy anything and everything.
昴生さんが言ってた通りですね。思ってたよりも人が多いです。
Looks about the same to me.
すみません。よく調べもせずに行ったから。
Still, it's nowhere near as busy as it was on Christmas. And honestly, it's probably a little better that it is crowded.
その心は？
Well, now we have a reason to stick to each other even more closely.
それはとっても素敵な考え方ですね。
Saying that, Kanna pulls herself even closer to me. The warmth I feel through my closed rows.
Just being together with you makes me happy enough.
私もですよ。
So, where should we go first?
昴生さんの行きたいところがあればそこにしましょうか。
Alright, haunted house it is.
意地悪ですよ。
sorry, just kidding. Let's start with a thrill ride then. Is that okay with you?
そうしましょうか。
Oh, but you should probably go to the bathroom first this time.
やっぱり意地悪。
Don't worry, even if you do pee your pants, I'll still love you.
しかもデリカシーもない。
Excuse me? You were the one talking about adjusting junk before we got here.
If anything, I might fall in love with you even more.
その上ド変態ときたもんだ。こんな人のどこを好きになってしまったのか、私は。
Come on, it's just a light joke. You don't have to respond so seriously. It kind of hurts, you know?
本当にジョークならいいんですけどね。
This is the same place we'd come for our date last week. Naturally, that meant that the attractions we visit are also the same. But even though the attractions are the same, I'm having much more fun than the last time. Not only the rides themselves, but the time we spend waiting in line too. Everything is much more exciting than last week. And it's not hard to figure out why. It's because this time around, I'm on a date with my girlfriend. Whereas last week, we were only friends. Although she turned me down once, we're now on a date as a couple. I never would have imagined this change in our relationship would make things feel so different. The two of us make the most of our time at the amusement park. And finally,
やっぱり高いところから見る景色は気持ちいいですね。夕日も綺麗です。
Yeah, it really is.
rays of the setting sun pour into the gondola, illuminating Kanna's face. The scenery around us is pretty, but it pales in comparison to the girl in front of me.
はあはあ、そんなに見つめちゃって、またやらしいことを考えてますね。
Nope, just admiring how cute my girlfriend is.
Gotcha.
I'm being serious, you know?
わかってますよ。本気で言われてるってわかるから照れるんじゃないですか。ありがとうございます。私も大好きですよ。
You don't know how happy hearing that makes me.
今日は本当にありがとうございました。私のわがままに付き合ってくれて。
I don't think there's anything selfish about wanting to spend time with your boyfriend.
そんなこと言ったら、仕事と私、どっちが大事なんですかって言っちゃいますよ。
We have the same job, kind of.
I mean, the answer is you, obviously. I don't care about work. In fact, who needs a job? I'm staying home all day. Leave all the housework to me.
胸を張ってそういうこと言えるのは、昴生さんっぽいですね。
Well, we were planning on being gigolos. Kanna giggles softly and turns to look outside again. Her body begins to emit a pale light, and it isn't just my imagination.
すごく綺麗ですね。夕日くらい今までにも見てきましたけど、こんなに綺麗だと思ったことはないかもしれません。
Probably because you're seeing it with someone you love. Huh?
はい、そうですね。昴生さんと過ごすようになってから、毎日が楽しいですよ。
Thanks. Although it's a little embarrassing hearing you admit it so readily.
本当のことですから。一人でいても好きな人のことばっかり考えて、実際に会ったら想像してた通りにはいかなくて、でもそれが楽しくて、次はこんな話をしたい、あんなことを一緒にしたい、そんなことを毎日考えてばっかりで、明日が待ち遠しくなるなんて初めての気持ちです。
And this is when she disappears.
Me too. Before I sleep, I always think about you or the next time I get to see you.
ありがとうございます。 あの時逃げた私を諦めないでいてくれて、おかげで幸せを知ることができました。こんなに素敵な気持ち、一度味わってしまったらやみつきです。生まれ変わってもまた幸せになります。明日が待ち遠しくなるような毎日を過ごしたいと思います。絶対に。昴生さんも忘れないでくださいね。
How could I ever forget the girl who turned down my first ever confession?
また痛いところ。と言いますか、忘れてほしくないのは私自身のことではなくて。
I know. There's no way I'd ever forget how amazing our first kiss was either. I can't explain it well, but it was just amazing.
そこでキスを持ち出すあたりがやっぱりやらしい人ですよね。
What? Are you saying that kiss meant nothing to you?
まあ私もキスってすごいと思いましたけど、なんかもう言葉にできないくらいすごかったですけど。
Right?
私幸せです。
Me too.
約束忘れてませんよね。
No, I remember.
ちゃんと守れ
Can
そう
you
ですか？
remind me though? I'm not a kid. Of course I will.
その言葉忘れないでくださいね。絶対ですよ。
I won't.
今度こそ幸せになってください。
What do you mean for real? I'm already happy right now.
そうでしたね。ねえ昴生さん、
Yeah?
大好きですよ。
Oh crap, I was joking, but
Not again.
uh
I love you too, Kanna. I love you. I love you.
there's no response. There's no longer anybody sitting in front of me. Instead of her beautiful profile, all that remains, illuminated by the evening sun, are a few glowing butterflies. The pale light they emit seems to melt into the crimson sunset as they flutter towards the sky. Alone, I stare after them. Farther and farther they fly until, at last, they disappear from sight. When the gondola reaches the ground, I step off alone. The worker who opens the door for me tilts his head in puzzlement. I was wondering that. I didn't want to ruin
Yeah.
the moment, but it's just like, wait a second. Didn't you get on the ride with somebody? Where did... Okay. Well, that's only to be expected. He would have remembered if there was a passenger who had gotten on to the Ferris wheel alone. But no matter how thoroughly he checks the gondola's interior, there's no one else to be found. I hurry away from the area before I can be questioned. Even if he asked, I wouldn't have been able to answer. In fact, I might have well burst into tears if I tried.
I've got to keep my promise to her.
After disembarking the Ferris wheel, I leave the amusement park. Night has fallen by the time I get back. My body feels cold. Even my palms feel frozen inside my gloves. And it's not because of the nighttime chill. Instead of returning to my apartment, I make my way towards the cafe.
You there, Mikado?
I call out as I head up to Kanna's room.
高峰昴生か。カンナは戻ったのだな。
Yeah. I thought I'd come to tell you, but I guess you already knew.
長い付き合いだ。それに自分が抜けた後のスタッフを探しておいてほしいと頼まれたからな。
I know this might be a little late, but can I ask you something?
なんだ？
Do you think I managed to make her happy? Was she happy enough to overcome her past?
幸せそうにキャイキャイ騒いでいた。のろけを披露するのもしょっちゅうだった。少なくともあの姿に嘘はなかった。それは間違いない。
Alright.
I guess I managed to give her something in return after all. That's a relief.
カンナは生まれ変わるために戻った。それはカンナが幸せをつかむためのことだ。
I know.
それに運が良ければまた出会うこともあるかもしれん。
I can meet her again? Like, in the future?
そういうことだ。まあ生まれ変わるのだから年下になっているだろうが。もしかするとカンナがお前の娘として生まれ変わる可能性だってある。その時には目いっぱい愛して幸せにしてやればいい。
My daughter? You're kidding. I can't even begin to imagine that.
それも当然だとは思うが。
Well, anyway, that's all I came here to tell you.
ああ、わかった。報告助かったぞ。とにかく今日はもうゆっくり休め。気持ちを落ち着けるのだ。
You say that, but I'm not sure it will.
それも当然だとは思うがな。それでもだ。さっきも言ったが、カンナが幸せをつかむためのことだ。そう思って飲み込むしかあるまい。
It's freezing.
I hunch my shoulders against the wind and head home.
I'm back.
Somehow, it still doesn't feel quite real. It all feels like some bad dream. Come tomorrow, I'll surely be able to see her again. No, I don't even have to wait until then. Any moment now, I'll be getting a message from her on Lime. I pick up my phone and peer at it. I have no new notifications. After launching the app, I open up my chat with Kanna. Her message had been awkward at first, filled with typos and oddly formal expressions, but that gradually changes as I scroll down. I had fun today. Thank you. I type out a short message and try sending it, but the message remains unread.
Normally she would have read it right away.
I'd taken the train home alone. I'd walked home alone. I dropped by the cafe and spoken with Mikado alone. My unread message. Bit by bit, slowly but surely, reality begins to sink in. For the first time in my life, I truly understand what heartbreak feels like. And it's enormously frustrating being unable to do anything about it. The back of my nose begins to burn, and my vision begins to grow blurry. It takes everything I have to beat back the emotions that threaten to explode out of me.
Damn it. I promised her I would keep smiling, but now that I think about it, that was never gonna happen. You're just too cruel expecting that from me.
Or maybe I just wasn't as prepared as I thought. Either way, I'd made one hell of a difficult promise to keep.
Still, promise is a promise. Our time together might have been short, but Kanna kept her into the bargain.
Saying goodbye to her was undoubtedly painful. But she'd also left me with some incredibly wonderful memories. At the very least, I can endure this. I've received enough strength from those memories.
A promise is a promise, damn it.
Café Stella と死神の蝶。
Okay, well, I think we're going to be leaving it here for this episode. What a fun note to end it on. Mm-hmm.
All of the rest of everybody who is watching this video who's also played through other games, if I had a nickel for every time that I saw a white-haired protagonist fade and disappear from my reality, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Yes, that is true.
Like, I actually got a little bit of flashbacks in that. Like, man, that's... man, that's rough.
I know, as soon as she started glowing, I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
I did not think it would happen then. I didn't think she'd fade from the,
As soon as she started talking the way she did, I was like, nah, this is when it's going to happen. At first it was a joke, but I slowly was like, it's not a joke. It's actually going to happen now. Ah. And then, of course, he pretty much, during the little monologue, addressed the one thing that popped into my head next. It was like, oh my god, she's gone. Isn't it going to be weird for that ride operator when he lets us out and he's like, wait a minute, weren't there 2 people that went on that? What the hell?
The ride operator's like, man, I gotta stop drinking so much.
I mean, it wasn't a carnival. But wow, yeah, we started on a really high note and we ended on a really low one. Oof.
I mean, that's how Ferris wheels work.
Thank you. No, but you see, that would imply that we started on a low note, reached a high note, and then hit another low note.
And they came back.
They go around.
Well, we did have a bit of a low note with the flashbacks to talking to his mom and everything.
Okay, all right. Maybe more of a roller coaster then, but I feel like we've used that analogy a little bit ad nauseum at this point.
Yeah, we got a lot out of this episode.
Yeah, we did.
Like, a lot of how he kind of where his stuff with his dad started.
Yeah.
Kanna disappearing. Yeah.
I was wondering about that. It's really interesting that even through Nozomi's route, we really don't find out that much about Kousei's relationship with his dad.
No.
I mean, we got some of it. We know that he really was closer to his mom and then, of course, to the Sumizomis, but... And I mean, yeah, okay, you can tell from his interactions with his dad that they've got a weird relationship, but it explains a lot.
It really does. And, I just to compare something, like, with the way that worked and the way this route has worked so far, which, by the way, I have no idea how this route's going to keep going.
You got me. I have no idea either.
But I'll come back to that in a second, but with the focusing on Kousei, because this route really has focused a lot on him.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's done a very good job of that.
I agree.
Like, it's managed to focus on Kousei without leaving Kanna feeling like a side character in her own route.
Yes.
Related to the route, what is your theory on how this route will keep going?
I don't really know because I feel like I had an idea of how this was going to turn out and it kind of went off the rails already, so because I'm thinking, yeah, they'll be reunited, but how? And how soon? Because if most of the routes are, give or take, well, at the pace we've been going, like 11 episodes, we're on, what, episode 6? So, how long are we going to be sans Kanna and Kanna's route?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know, it could be like Julius Caesar, where it's you've got the titular character, but they're really only in like half the show. I thought so. The way I thought this route was going to work was that once I figured out she was going to disappear, I thought she would disappear at like the very end, like right before the credits, and then the after part
would be reuniting them.
Yeah, would be like maybe even a scene from like a future life where he's not Kousei, right? Where like they both reincarnated and they're together.
Interesting.
And that's actually how I thought it was going to work.
Okay.
Don't think it's going to work that way now.
No. I still,
Like,
what was it? I think I had speculated that somehow she would be reincarnated to the same form, but I don't know how they would be able to explain that.
I mean, you could always go the story route of, oh, she's back. How?
Fate. Magic fate.
Magic fate.
I don't know.
It's a really weird situation, right? Because it's like reincarnation. It's not like the other time I saw this where there isn't a way that this can work out. It just will take years. Well, I guess it could actually.
Yeah.
In this case too, it just could take much more, more years than that. Like Mikado said, it could be, another lifetime or something like that. Yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes. Like
Me too.
This. Ooh.
Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one, where we figure out where in the world is Kanna. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.